What's up, YouTube? Back with Kasey Krick, the guy that top 8'd first, however you want to argue it, and all that shitstorm that happened before at Columbus with Prophecy. I've had some requests for siding with Prophecy, and he's going to explain how he does that now. Take it away.
Alright, first I'll just go through my new current side deck. I do like the one terraforming added. That's a big change. More playtesting. I just wasn't drawing this enough, so let me put that in the camera for you. Alright, there you go. And then still 2 Decree. Got to play the lock. Against the really bad decks, like Final Countdown and that stuff, you lock them down, they can't really do much. So, 2 Debunk. The card's still amazing. Mirror Match against Megalos, Graveyard stuff, all that. And speaking of that, I still play D-Fissure. I'm one of the only Prophecy players that do. It's because my build is a lot different than theirs, for the most part. But basically, you're just trying to get your removal stuff going, so you cut your you cut these down. Like when I side these in, I cut 2 lives, so I have a life and a Monster Reborn still left in, because I mean they will MSC that and everything, so that's an easy side out. It's really easy to side with this deck, actually. You just take out the extras. Like, also, when I'm putting this in, like, if it's a really heavy graveyard deck, I'll put all this in, and I'll cut that in a Foolish. So, I mean, so that becomes the 2 lives, Stoic and Foolish, to fit that in. And it's really good. And I'll show the lock how I side. That's the hardest one. It just really depends on which stupid deck you have to side out for. So anyway, next up, 2 MSTs. I rarely ever side these in. It's only if I know the deck is capable of playing something like macro, just an extra help against back row. Roll Decree doesn't always do it, and most of the time when I side, it's in multiples of 4, because it takes about 2 cards for each problem to fix. And then I have 2 Kaikus. They're really good against Chaos Dragons. They're really good in the mirror match too, which I know a lot of people aren't picking these up, but they're just stupid with power. You can run over their priestess and then banish whatever the fuck you want out of their grave, so it's pretty good there. And then last 2 are my new techs. I took out the Snowmans originally for what's his name, Jeremy? The dude, Jaugen. There we go. I was playtesting that for a little bit, and it worked out. It's just I didn't like the minus, discarding a card from your hand. Half the time I special summon Jaugen, so it ends up just being like a minus for the deck. So Reaper, they rarely expect it set, so
you might as well learn it.
You just got to learn how to play with this. It really helps you in the Dino matchup, buys you some time to get out of Logia and Dolka, whatever they have out for you. So right there, it's 15 cards. So anyway, for the main deck though, there's only one real change. I cut the 3rd Wisdom in my original build for a Monster Gate. I really liked the ability to get rid of either Stoic or my this chick. Anyway, people are crowding me. Anyway, so the only major thing to do is side in for the lock. You take out anything that mills. You absolutely cannot mill the lock if you're depending on it. And then since you have a field spell, you take out one of the towers to balance, to make you have 3 fields. Just in case they do find an out to that, you can get your cycle going, so you can do it again. Anyway. Shoals. And then really, you can drop Wonder Wand down to 2 in the main when you're siding into the crease. It just, again, it depends on the matchup. Sometimes I cut book, like if it's not useful, or if I need to put in Dimensional Fissure, again, I'll cut the Foolish and a Stoic. So just keeps the deck flowing. That's the major part. You can't overside, and like I said, like this is as big as it gets, but if you're playing against a slow-paced deck that's just controlling like Exodia or the one-day-a-piece Gishki thing.
Yeah, PK'd him with that tonight. He was pretty fucking pissed off.
So, yeah. That's basically how you get around it. Just side in the lock, and hopefully you draw it in time. But, yep, that's all for siding. There you go, YouTube.